So I will be debating that the red fox is the top most invasive species in the world. I believe this because it ranges alongside humans, so it basically multiplies as fast as humans do, which is like, if you think about it, it's pretty fast rate going. It was introduced into Australia when were considered harmful to native mammals who are already living there, so just as if you know what an invasive species is, and that's exactly what it does. And that's exactly why it's part of the top 100 worst invasive species, and that's why I believe it's the top most invasive species. It's dangerous to humans when having rabies. It could be rabid, if it could be, and there is a chance that when seeing one and touching it or being in contact with it, it could have rabies. So that affects humans a lot. It preys on 77 different types of active species. So that's 77 different types of species that some are native, that it's harming when it was moved into a habitat it was not naturally created in. For my first point where I said it ranges alongside humans, humans range at if you think about it, compared to other animals, humans range at a very high speed, especially since these animals, that the red fox decides it's gonna prey on 77 different types of species that's not native to the area. So when moved into a different area and it's preying on 77 different types of species, it's not only disrupting the balance of the area, but it's also disrupting the food source and the hunting and the prey. So it's not sometimes it mostly feeds on rodents, rabbits, birds, or other types of small species. But out of those, of 77 different types of the species that it preys on, it's harming the area it's not naturally from, and that's exactly what an invasive species does. But I just feel that it ranges at a very, very high percentage, and that just makes it harder and harder for the animals to reproduce and stuff. So. Your 2 minutes. Let us know when you're done. Okay, I'm done. Your 5 minutes begin now.
Okay. I take the position that the Chinese mitten crab is the most top invasive species because it is affecting our oceans, the ecosystem, and our food. The ocean is one of the biggest life supporters on the planet, and the Chinese mitten crabs are endangered. Our food and other aquatic animals that we haven't discovered, and they might have died due to the Chinese mitten crab. If they damage dikes, levees, stream banks, and increase erosion that causes collapse of flood control and water supply system. Well, you say that the invasive species is the top, but the Chinese mitten crab is the worst. Okay, it's from the San Francisco Bay and the Hudson River. It eats fish, frogs, and birds, and that's a danger to us humans and other invasive species too.
So you said that the red crab. I'm not sorry. You said that the Chinese mitten crab, what might have been the reason that a few of the species had died off, or the species that you haven't even discovered yet might have died off. But you never. I don't feel that it's a straight out fact. It could be any other animal. It's like you don't have direct evidence that the crab is what caused these animals to die out. And you also stated you never exactly went against my point. What you just said that it's also an invasive species. So and also an invasive species from the red fox. You never explained why it was worse than the red fox. And yes, it is part of the top 100. Like the Chinese mitten crab is part of the top 100 invasive species. But so was mine, and that's why I feel. And I stated why I felt that mine was the worst invasive species. You never went against that. You just stated why they are also part of the top 100 invasive species. And I didn't actually find any direct true facts that were stated about how the Chinese mitten crab is actually a danger, like an actual danger to the ecosystem. I didn't see any direct facts other than the stuff it eats and its environment. That's true. So that's it.
Who concludes first? Or beyond? Your conclusion statement? Okay, it's just whether it's concluded. Your time to give it now.
I just want to make sure that I am against the red fox, the invasive species, but look, the Chinese mitten crab is, like you said, it doesn't just damage the environment and the food. It also damages our water supply system, and it collapses our food and other invasive species. So, yes, the red fox does pose a danger, but the Chinese mitten crab is even more dangerous than people think.
Okay. You have 1 minute for your conclusion statement. Time limit when you've done so.
I believe that overall the red fox is the top invasive species in the world. Other than it's ranging a larger alongside humans, it's multiplying faster and faster every day, and that it's harmful to its native mammals that are living there, which is the reason why it's part of the 100 worst invasive species. But I believe it's the top invasive species because it has rabies. It preys on 77 different types of active species. 77 different types of active species. So its prey has a very wide range of what it will choose to eat.
5 seconds.
Which is why I think that the red fox is the top of the